Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder Korg Build-A-Figure, Groot. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder Korg Build-A-Figure, Groot, or Teenage Groot, Adolescent Groot, whatever you want to call him. This is a great looking version of Groot and an opportunity for people to get it who may have missed out on the only other way, which was in a free pack during Infinity War. And this seems to be the better updated version anyway, as it has a slightly different deco, a new head sculpt, new interchangeable parts, a new gun. So if you missed out on that previous one, then good for you, because this version looks a lot better. But of course I'll do a comparison. He even comes with the Korg sort of torso in the box as well, which is the bigger piece, but we still get accessories, which is nice to see, and fun ones at that. So there we get Groot, we get Broken Mjolnir at the top, we get that adolescent Groot on the side, that same image of Groot on the back. Will we ever see him grow up in the MCU? We shall find out. We get a right up the reeds, I am Groot. That was easy. And then as always, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to build the Korg Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Groot. So yeah, always a fun character and a fun figure for the shelf. Let's get them open. So here we have Groot out of the packaging with all of his accessories, with the gun and the interchangeable sort of twines. This gives you a better look at them, and these are really nice. It's going to make for a nice display for sure. We also get the torso piece for the Korg Build-A-Figure. So you know what to do, subscribe to the channel, because once I've opened all the figures in this wave, we will build and review Korg. Today, let's focus on this guy. Now, as I said, we've got new interchangeable parts, but the figure itself is basically the same as the previous version. So let's first start off with a comparison. So comparing our two Groots, a little reminder, the previous one came in a free pack during Infinity War with Rocket and Thor, and was the only way to get adolescent Groot until now. So now is actually a cheaper way and a better way to get him, as it's the better figure, as the new deco is a lighter shade of brown and does sit a little bit nicer on the figure with some lighter shades of dry brushing throughout to bring out some of that detail. And the head sculpt is brand new. It's a narrower, longer head sculpt, so it makes him appear taller, and it's got like a potted pan effect, which I'll show you in a minute. But the articulation, the sculpt from the feet, or the root shall we say, all the way up to the neck are exactly the same. So again, seeing these figures side by side, you can see the green on the previous one's a lot darker compared to the lighter dry brushing of green on the new one. And they're in different spots as well. They're not in identical places. But as I said, it's all the same. It's all about the new head sculpt. So let's zoom in and take a look at them. So as you can see, the new one is a lot more accurate for me, as the eyes are completely blacked out. I can't remember Groot having gold eyes. It's not something I remember. I did like the previous one, but I do think this new one is more accurate. Also, the head is hollow as well, and two plotted plants sort of sticking out of it, compared to the head where the previous one had like a full head effect with a little bit of green weed sticking out. Maybe I can show you. You see what I mean? This new one, you've got like two potted plants sort of sticking out a hollow head, where the previous one had like a full head with one little weed sticking out the side of his head. So yeah, obviously the new head sculpt's longer, as you can see there. And yeah, the head, the inside is hollow with a few little plants sticking out, but you can still see them from the top of the head. And there's more green on the top of this head compared to the no sort of green dry brushing on this one. So yeah, for me, the new head is a lot nicer. So back to our new Groot. He comes with the same open palm hands on the figure, but now we have options. First, he comes with a trigger finger hand and a weapon. So here we have Groot holding his gun using those new trigger finger hands, which do fit into the trigger nicely. This is a brand new gun, I think, which is unique for Groot. As you can see, it's got some very nice sculpted detail on here. It's all done in like a gunmetal grey, if you will. Don't think we've seen this before. Maybe we'll see it again, but still very nice looking gun for Groot. So yes, there he is, holding it with his new trigger finger hand, and obviously the other open palm hands can just sort of rest on it. Now, due to the lack of double jointed elbows and sort of butterfly joint, means he's limited to the way you pose him holding the gun, but you can still obviously get him holding the gun for a pose on the shelf, but just probably not any very dynamic poses. But for me, I don't really want him holding the gun. I've got some more interchangeable pieces I want to use, namely these ones. So what's great about these is that you can use them on either hand. There's no left and right, there's no rules. Do whatever you want. So the first one has like 3 sort of twigs sticking out of it. It's made of a soft plastic, so you can obviously squeeze and bend it, but it's always going to go back into that position with some curls on it, some nice sort of green leaves wrapped around these branches. So that's really good. And they've got an up and down hinge on as well, so you can get some poses out of it. The other one is just a big, long, pointy stick with some sort of roots wrapped around it and some leaves attached with some green detail. So yeah, both of them are very nice and unique. We never got these before, and as I said, these look for more dynamic poses on the shelf for sure for your Groot. It makes a very simplistic figure a lot more interesting on the shelf for sure. So you can either have a neutral Groot, a Groot holding a gun, which is a new gun, or you can have some interesting sort of twig stick pieces. What do you call these? I don't know. Roots, Groot roots. I don't know, but they look really good for posing and display anyway. So yeah, this is probably how I'll display mine on the shelf in some form or other. See what I mean? It definitely makes for a more interesting pose on the shelf. Cuts a very nice silhouette, very unique character trait that you're only really going to get out of Groot on the shelf. And yeah, this is a very nice pickup. So if you don't have adolescent Groot, then 100% track down this one. Here we have our quick Groot comparison, as we have little baby Ravager Groot there, and then we've got the original adult builder figure Groot. Now there are a few other versions of Marvel Legend Groot. There is a Toys R Us exclusive one where he's got a smiley face, and that also came with a baby Groot and a potted plant Groot as well. So there are a few more out there. What's fun is that you can also put Rocket Raccoon on the back of this Groot, and he will still stand up holding the weight of Rocket, which is really fun for posing. Here we have Groot compared to some other figures from this Thor Love and Thunder wave with Ravager Thor and Star-Lord. And then of course here we have the Asgardians of the Galaxy. And if you want to use this as your Infinity War Groot on the display, then absolutely you can, as the character looks exactly the same. So here we have a couple of Infinity War Thors. Here we have Groot and the mighty Thor, Jane Foster. I'm very curious if the Guardians get to meet Jane in the movie, or the Guardians are long gone before that happens. We shall see. Here we have Groot compared to Frogman and Tigra, and considering this is a very unique character design, I do think you could put this into a comic display, maybe at the back somewhere. And then last but never least, here we have Groot compared to Captain Britain and Hal, Fire, Hank. So, final thoughts on this Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder Groot. Now, obviously, we've not seen the movie yet, but we're all hoping the Guardians play more than a 5-minute cameo role in this film. But I do appreciate the opportunity to get an upgraded teenage Groot for the collection. If you missed out on that previous free pack version, you're going to be very happy with this guy, as it is the better of the two. I prefer the new deco, I prefer the new head sculpt, but it's all about those interchangeable parts that make this figure a lot more fun for posing. It gives you options, and you know we appreciate that. It makes it more fun on the shelf for sure. It makes it stand out. Those long twiggy root pieces definitely make a difference, or you can just have him there holding a gun all the same. But still, it's definitely an upgraded Groot, but maybe you're skipping it because you had the previous version. I'm always curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below, so please do. And if you want to see more Marvel Legend reviews, then you're in the right place. Check out the videos tab, find the playlist, but most importantly, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, don't miss out on a video, and please hit that join button. Become a channel member, either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and I'm on Twitter as well. Tweet me at Dan Who Reviews. Don't be shy, and as always, my name is Dan W, and I will of course see you on the next one.